Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for the big dance, for the big game. This is going to be for the national championship. It's going to be on Monday, April 4th slate of college basketball games. We don't have any NBA on today. This is the only game that's on, and rightfully so. I mean, it is the biggest game of college basketball of the entire year. I'm super excited to watch it. It should be an absolutely fantastic game. And I'm really, like I said, I'm really excited to watch it. But first, I did just want to go ahead and say, before we dive into some of the plays that I do like for the day, I did just want to go ahead and say that as of right now, we are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do, and thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean a lot to me, especially since we haven't necessarily been the greatest with our bets here recently. So it truly does mean a lot, so thank you guys for everything, and I mean that from like the bottom of my heart. So let's go ahead and do a quick recap as of yesterday, because we do have some extra time. Like I said, we only have one game on, and it is obviously a big game, but I'm not going to force a whole bunch of plays for that game. So recap of yesterday. We had Jason Tatum under 7.5 rebounds versus Washington. It was an absolute sweat. He grabs 5 rebounds in the first half, but luckily only finishes with 6, so that one ended up working out for us. Then we had Toronto -2 versus Miami. They blow a big lead in the first half. I think it was like a 15 or 14 point lead. Ended up blowing that and ended up losing by like 8 or 9 in the game. Not much you can do there. But then I did have 2 added plays. I had Karis LeVert under 27.5 PRAs. That one really irked me. I can't even lie to you. That one really irked me, and the reason being is because Karis LeVert made a layup with 2 seconds left on the clock. 2 seconds left. He makes a layup and ends up hitting the over for us. That was a very, very, very tough beat. Ends up hitting his over on that one. And then we did also have Jalen Green over 22.5 points versus the Timberwolves, and that was got to get the bag. So shout out to him. Absolutely great. Handicapper, shows up to all the videos, lets us know what he likes, and I really like that play. When I was doing my research before, and so having his certification there, and saying that it is a good bet, really just dialed it in for me. So shout out to him. But that one ended up working out for us. I think he hit it in the third. So let's go ahead and dive into today's plays. I only have one official play, but I'll give you guys a couple leans as well that I do like. So we're going with, for the big game, for the side, we're taking Kansas. We're taking Kansas -4.5 versus UNC. I know I bet against UNC last time, and they ended up winning outright. They ended up doing it. They came through for us in the clutch, or they came through just in general in the clutch and ended up winning that game. It was a tough beat, but at the same time, I was still super ecstatic for it. And we have a very similar narrative for this one. I'm betting on Kansas, but I want UNC to win. I got to be honest. I really do. I love good upsets in March Madness, and if an 8 seed can come through and win it all, I'm all for it. But let's go ahead and dive into it. Kansas, they're coming off of 2 huge wins as of right now. They beat Nova, who has been really good in the tournament here this year. They beat them by 16, and then they beat Miami, another team that I thought would do some damage against them. They ended up winning by 26. So nothing we could do about that. But overall, they've had 2 really great wins here recently. And also, Kansas does have the history here. If you take a look at it, Kansas versus UNC, Kansas has won their last 3 matchups versus UNC, just overall. And in the tourney, they have matched up a total of 6 times, and Kansas is 4-2 in those matchups. So I do think, with history on our side, I do think it's a pretty reasonable bet. And also, you're looking at 2 coaches. One, Bill Self, who's an absolutely great coach, but at the same time, they're playing against a team with a first-year coach, which could lead to some issues. I know they've been great here recently, but this game's going to be a whole new ball game. So could we see some issues? Maybe. I really don't know. But yeah, I just feel like Kansas has the more complete team here. I think they're going to be able to get it done here versus UNC. So I really like that play. I'm hoping it works out for us, but like I said, I'm going to be rooting for UNC. So either way, it's going to be a win for me. But so that's going to be our only play of the day. Like I said, there's only one game on. There's no NBA. There's nothing else. There is some MLB games, but it isn't even opening day yet. So, but I will go ahead and give a couple of leans as well. I do love Caleb Love. Wow, I said that, yeah. Caleb Love's over in points. I think that he is going to have an absolutely fantastic game to be able to keep UNC in this game, and I think that he can. I truly do. Dude's a stud. Absolutely fantastic scorer of the basketball. But on the flip side of that, like I said, I think he hits the over, but also I'm going to butcher his name, and I do apologize about this. But Abaji, I think that's his name. I could totally be off on that, but I love his points over too. Dude started out 4 for 4 from 3 in the last game versus Villanova, and I think that he has a similar game just in general, like another big game. So I do like his points over a lot. UNC is a very good team, but I do think that they could be giving up a lot of points to that position. So I do like Abaji, his points over as well. So those are just some spread lean or some leans just in general. But my official play is Kansas -4.5. Okay, so the rest of this video is pretty much just going to be me rambling. If you guys just wanted my picks, you guys can go ahead and click off of it. But essentially, what I get this question a lot, and people kind of ask me, what's going to happen when basketball's over? I mean, truthfully, and it's not a crazy question. I mean, basketball, the NBA is almost over. It's over in like a month roughly, and on top of that, so the NBA is going to be over. College basketball is going to be done after tomorrow for the season. So what's next? So basically, I am going to be transitioning into baseball. I can't sit there and say that I've been an avid watcher of the MLB over the past couple years, but I am going to. I'm going to try really hard this season to get into it. I've watched a lot of these games here early on, and I think that I know the rules of baseball. I know the concept of baseball. I just don't know a whole lot about the teams as of right now, with all the changes and stuff that they've made over the past year or two. But I'm wanting to get back into it is basically what I'm trying to say. I'm super excited to get back into it. The way that I always, as a viewer or as a fan, basically this is what I always do. So for the NBA, for example, I have my Chicago Bulls because they are from my home state. I love the Bulls, but at the same time, I do always have a second team that I'm rooting for. And so as of last year and this year, the second team that I've been rooting for is the Suns. And so it's not like I hopped on them last year. So basically I just have two favorite teams. I have the Bulls and I have another favorite team. So I am like I said, I'm from Central Illinois. All my family grew up watching the Cubs. So I am a Cubs fan. I will always be a Cubs fan at heart. I will always have a little chunk of my heart to Atlanta as well, because that was the first ever MLB game that I had ever went to in person. It was when I was little, but we went to an Atlanta Braves game, and so they will always have a little chunk of my heart. But I'm trying to find another team that I should like. Now, I want you guys to let me know down in the comment section down below who it should be. Essentially, I don't want a team that's really great. I would like a team that's kind of in that mid tier right now that has the potential to be great. I always love a good underdog story. I always love a good no one really expected them to be there. So if you guys can find me a team that's like that, definitely let me know. I do want to root for another team. I was kind of looking at the Mariners or the Mariners, however you want to say it. But I was kind of looking at them. I do kind of like them. But there was just a couple other teams that I did like as well. So just let me know down in the comment section who I should be rooting for outside of the Cubs. They'll always just be here in Illinois. So that's always, and I grew up with them. So that is going to do it for today. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we're on the road to 7,000 subscribers. And I can't do that without your guys' help. So make sure that you guys are subbed. But for now, this is King Sanders signing out. Peace.